this vocal is a little bit tricky, and then I would like to break it down, bring it to the knowledge and understanding of everybody who are willing to learn. So it's just kind of a professional kind of vocal, but somehow, but I'm going to try to break it down because there's a lot of work that happens to be done in this vocal. So thanks you all my subscriber. My name is Victor, and I am very happy for the way you guys are putting up to build my channel up, and I promise to give you the best that I can. So with notwithstanding, I've been posting some videos for some time now, but just a little bit busy and I can't come online, or just working on some kind of albums and some stuff for people, so it was very difficult for me to bring out something. So without wasting much time, let's see what we have. You can see we have the verse, and then we have the chorus aspect of this vocal. So for the sake of this tutorial, we are going to be treating the verse aspect, and then in our next tutorial maybe we are going to be talking about the chorus aspect also. So let's just take a look at how we end up getting this sound in the verse aspect, so before we just dive into how it came all about. So let's just listen to it.
Oh baby, won't you come over? I go pick you in my Range Rover. Drunk in love, no I'm not sober. When I'm with you, girl, it's game over. Girl, I had to take you 11. Come, let me give you some loving. Give you the love that you're missing. I'll calm you down when you're stressing. I'm getting this dough, don't say nothing to me. I'm chasing my dreams and I had it for me. My girl is so bad, she got everything she needs. Balenciaga, Prada, and Louis V. You're the harmony to my melody. Come vibe with me, baby, so sing with me. I'm chasing the bag.
So that is the verse aspect, and then the verse aspect is already missed. So what we are going to do right now, we are going to try to work on the verse aspect. I'm going to be removing each of these plugins so that we can learn how everything come all about. So I sent this to a channel rack, which I think is track 12. So I go to my track 12. So as you can see, and this is all the plugin I have added. So I'm going to be taking them off one by one. Sorry. So now we are going to be taking everything out. So when I take everything out, both with our auto tune, and let's just listen to it raw. But first, let me get rid of our delay, and then get rid of our delay. Let me get rid of our delay and reverb. So I just get rid of our delay and reverb. So let's listen to it raw.
Oh baby, won't you come over? I go pick you in my Range Rover. Drunk in love, no I'm not sober. When I'm with you, girl, it's game over. Girl, I had to take you 11. Come, let me give you some loving. Give you the love that you're missing. I'll calm you down when you're stressing. I'm getting this dough, don't say nothing to me. I'm chasing my dreams and I had it for me. My girl is so bad, she got everything she needs. Balenciaga, Prada, and Louis V.
So that is it raw, and without no auto tune or any plugin on it. So now we are going to be adding the plugin one after the other to try to get a clean and a good mix. So one of the things I first have to add to our mix here is our auto tune. So auto tune is one of the first thing I normally add to try to get the keys to my song. So when I found out the key to my beat, as you can see, it's a minor, AB minor. So I got the AB minor, that's the scale, then the key is AB. So after selecting the AB minor, then after finding the key and the scale, I have to come to my input type and set my input type to auto tenor. So after setting my input type to auto tenor, I have to check out my return speed, which I set to 6 here. So what this return speed actually does is total the amount of tuning you want to add to your vocal, and then you can add it as much as you want. You can tune it to any amount that you want, but for me I'm using 6 for this vocal. So we have the humanizing form here, but I kept my humanizing in 0 because I wasn't adding too much of it to adding too much of humanizing to auto-tune to it. So we have the correction style and so on and so forth, which we are not going to be talking about in this tutorial. So that was all I did with my auto. It sounds this way.
Oh baby, won't you come over? I go pick you in my Range Rover. Drunk in love, no I'm not sober. When I'm with you, girl, it's game over. Girl, out of 10, you 11.
So after adding that, the next thing that comes into my mind to add is our EQ. So this is our EQ, and this we are using a fat filter EQ 3 from the fat filter bundle. So that is what we are going to be using. So as you can see, there was a lot of magic I performed, or a lot of work I did here on the vocals. That was because of the mic that I was using recording the vocal. So I have to like take off some kind of rumbles and so some kind of stuff here, as you can see, from this aspect to this aspect, as you can see. So I have to take it like and drive it from down to 161 hertz. So as you can see, so I have to like take out the rumbles around it to like, and then take out some kind of low plosive that is here that I don't really need. So I have to like duck everything down, as you can see. So let's listen to what I did here and see what I'm trying to take off. Let's first of all listen to it with the EQ first.
Oh baby, won't you come over? I go pick you in my Range Rover. Drunk in love, no.
I don't know if you're listening, like our vocal is already changing, we are already improving, we are performing something great now. So what I did here, what I dug down here was this sound. I don't really like it. Let's listen to it.
Drunk in love.
I don't really like that sound. It was somehow pretty annoying, so I have to take it down. So here also we have some kind of sound here I don't really like. I have to take it down. Those sound are some kind of copy sound. I don't want the vocal to be very copy. I want the vocal to be very clear and shining on the mix. So that is the reason why I have to remove this sound. That sound is very annoying.
Oh baby, won't you come over? I go pick you in my Range Rover.
So I have another sound here that we have to take out, which is this. So let's listen to it. Was very annoying, so I have to take that sound off also. So we have another sound here which we have to take off also. So I have to bring that down also, because I want to take that off. It wasn't necessary, and then it wasn't giving the kind of feelings I want to the beat. So that was what we did with our EQ, and everything sound this way.
Oh baby, won't you come over? I go pick you in my Range Rover. Drunk in love, no I'm not.
So what comes to my mind next is remove background noise on my vocal. So when it comes to removing background noise, sometimes I like using the Fat Filter Pro G, the gate plugin, to remove some noise, some kind of background noise on the vocal. So what I did is using the gate Pro G to the Fat Filter Pro G to remove.
Oh baby, won't you come over? I go pick you in my Range Rover.
So what I did there was just to touch this threshold into minus, drag it into minus and 45 to remove the bottom line noise, some kind of little noise that you cannot hear, because I have to get rid of it before adding plugin to boost some kind of stuff up. So if I have to boost it up, it's going to boost the noise and everything, which I really don't like. So that is the reason why I'm adding the gate to it. So that is all I did with the gate, and everything is sounding clear and clean. So let's take a look at it.
Oh baby, won't you come over? I go pick you in my Range Rover. Drunk in love, no I'm not sober. When I'm with you, girl, it's game.
So after that, I decided to add a Fat Filter Pro 2, which is our compressor. So there is our compressor. So what I did with the compressor here basically was to like touch my threshold ratio, and also like have some kind of side chain here down here to like take out some kind of stuff, which we can be talking about that maybe when we are having a class for compressor alone. So we can't just, because compressor is a very wide kind of topic that if we want to treat it, we are not going to keep the video short. So that is what we are going to be doing next. So for now, we are going to be talking about the compressor itself. So what I did here, let's take a listen.
Oh baby, won't you come over? I go pick you in my Range Rover. Drunk in love, no I'm not sober.
So I have to set my threshold into minus 20.00 dB. So I have to like tune it, and you know, you can see.
Oh baby, won't you come over?
You can see some kind of visual look of what you are trying to do. That's one of the things I love about the Fast Filter Pro. So
oh baby, won't you come over?
Try to like
I go pick you in my Range Rover.
compress.
Drunk in love, no I'm not sober. When I'm with you, girl, it's game over. Out of 10, you 11. Come, let me give you some loving. Give you the love that you're missing. I'll calm you down when you're stressing. I'm getting this dough, don't say nothing to me. I'm chasing my dreams and I had if you're me. My girl is so bad, she got everything she needs. Balenciaga, Prada, and Louis V. You're the harmony.
So I touch my threshold there, and then the ratio also. So the attack also, I added 2.0 ms to my attack. Then the release was just a 9.3. I wasn't having some kind of release on it that much because it was like some kind of Afro vibe and Afro pops kind of stuff. So I did another compressor from the FL Studio stock plugin. So this compressor, the reason why I normally add two compressor to it is that I try to gain my compressor, should in case one fails, the other one could withstand everything. So what I did here was this time around my threshold was about minus 19, while the other one was minus 20. So this time around, this one is minus 19.7 dB. So my ratio was 1.9. so my gain, I have to gain stage this because I have to like losing some kind of volume, so I have to gain it after setting my attack and my release. And then I have to set my type to soft because I want my vocals to be very soft, so I have to set it to soft. That is what I did here. So I have to set it to soft, and that was all about the compressor with this. So let's take a listen to it.
Oh baby, won't you come over? I go pick you in my Range Rover. Drunk in love, no I'm not sober. When I'm with you, girl, it's game over.
So I don't know if you can see the change that we are having, that we are deriving in this vocal already. So I have a plugin I added into this, which is an OTT kind of plugin. So maybe you guys don't know about it. It's free though. You can get it anyhow you want to, anytime you want to get it. Just an OTT multi-band. So, but it's way beyond multi-band. So I just love it. You guys just added the kind of sound I want to my vocal. So there's a kind of particular sound I am looking for that I want to add to this vocal to sound that. So what I did here was to just add the 10% of it to it. So let's listen to what I add and what this OTT is doing with this mix. Let's take a look.
Oh baby, won't you come over? I go pick you in my Range Rover.
So now for you to find out what we are really adding to it is, let me take it to like 20 or 40. Let's see.
Oh baby, won't you come over? I go pick you in my Range Rover. Drunk in love, no I'm not sober.
Like, bring it down to like 10% and see.
Oh baby, won't you come over? I go pick you in my Range Rover. Drunk in love, no I'm not sober.
So I just like the sounds of that, as in just giving me the kind of style of music I'm trying to mix. So it's good, and then I like it, and it's very nice. So that was what I added to it. So another thing I decided to add to it is just to saturate my vocal a little bit. So I'm using this Saturn 2 from Fast Filter plugin. So what I did here was to just change my transformer to warm transformer. So after changing it to a warm transformer, I have to drive it to 42.8 here, my band to 42.81%. so I have to like set my band to like plus 9, wasn't even up to a dB, or just 0.9, just a little. Then I have to dog this down here a little bit because there are some kind of annoying sound here that I don't like. Then the mid range of it, I added a little bit, not up to a dB. So the bass part of it here. So I have to boost it a little bit, not up to a dB also. So just a little touch can just change a lot of things on your vocal. So let's take a listen to it.
Oh baby, won't you come over? I go pick you up my Range Rover. Drunk in love, no I'm not sober. When I'm with you, girl, it's game over. Girl, out of 10, you 11. Come, let me give you.
So that was what we did with our Saturn plugin. So the next thing that we added was fresh air from for the Slate Digital plugin. So the fresh air, what I actually does with this fresh air is that add some kind of air and some kind of space to my vocal to make it sound and very cool and not too tight and be very free. So what I did here was just to add a 15% of it both on the mid-range and then the high end here. So let's take a listen to it and see.
Oh baby, won't you come over? I go pick you up my Range Rover. Drunk in love, no I'm not sober. When I'm with you, girl, it's game over. Girl, out of 10, you 11.
So that was what I added about. That was what we did with the fresh air here. So I think it sounds very nice with the fresh
air.
Oh
baby, won't you come over? I go pick you up my Range Rover.
So now let's take a look at our de-esser. So you can add our de-esser. You can add your de-esser to your vocal when you're mixing. So I decided to add a de-esser to our mix, which is the fat filter de-esser. So to remove some kind of S's on our songs, I just touch the threshold to -32, and then the range I didn't touch anything there, it was just a default. So
oh baby, won't you come over? I go pick you up my Range Rover. Drunk in love, no I'm not sober. When I'm with you, girl, it's game over. Girl, out of 10, you 11. Come, let me give you some loving.
So I added a clip to it, a soft clip. The reason why I have to add this soft clip to it was to like make my vocal harshness and some kind of stuff. I want to make it very soft and very calm, and this clip was just from the stock plugin in FL Studio, which I'm making use of for now to like get a soft kind of vocal. So now let's listen to it.
Oh baby, won't you come over? I go pick you up my Range Rover. Drunk in love, no I'm not sober.
So I just have to like have a little touch here and here, just to drive to get the kind of stuff I want. So that is all about our mix before we can go to the reverb aspect. So let's take a listen to our work so far and what we have done so far.
Oh baby, won't you come over? I go pick you up my Range Rover. Drunk in love, no I'm not sober. When I'm with you, girl, it's game over. Girl, out of 10, you 11. Come, let me give you some loving. Give you the love that you're missing. I'll calm you down when you're stressing. I'm getting this dough, don't say nothing to me. I'm chasing my dreams and I had if you mean.
So that was what we get so far now. So let's take a look at our delay and let's add our delay to it and see what we get. So we have a delay here, which I added this delay from the Fruit delay from FL Studio stock plugin. As you can see, this is our delay. So we have our delay here, which we just add. So what I did was to just set just cut it a little bit here into it, cut 80% of it, as you can see. And then my timing, I have to get my timing to like the first step here. So after getting my timing to that, I have to take down my dry because I have to sidechain my delay to my main vocal. So it's all about sidechaining so that I can have control over my delay. So as you can see, I have to sidechain to it. So I believe everybody know how to sidechain. So I'm teaching based on my previous tutorial. So if you don't really understand what I am doing, or if you feel like I am too fast to your understanding, you can go and try to like understand my previous video from the beginning to the top, because as you can see, we are going far and then we are going higher, and I won't be going into details on some kind of stuff. Except you want a detailed video, then you could just go back to my vocals, to my video down there, and just try to get some understanding about it. Or you can leave a comment and tell me what and how you want me to teach, and a way you want you understand teaching, so that I could just adapt to your own ways of teaching. So now what I did here was to like add this. So I did a lot of things with this delay, but let's take a look listen to what our delay says. See?
Oh baby, won't you come over? I go pick you up my Range Rover. Drunk in love, no I'm not sober. When I'm with you, girl, it's game over. Girl, I had to take you 11. Come let me. Oh baby, won't you come over? I go.
So I don't know if you understand the way you can hear my delay. So I did a lot of work here, which I have to automate delay volume here, like automate it. As you can see, these are for delays. As you can see, they are standing for delay and they are working for delay. As you can see it here. So I have to like automate my delay, like point out where my delay will be high and where my delay should not be high, reduce the volume of it, and just have a control over my delay. That is the reason why when I play it, you see this pounding going up and going down, going up and going down, because it gets activated when I want my delay to be activated, and it gets silent where I want it to be silent. So let's take a look again.
Oh baby, won't you come over? I go pick you up my Range Rover. Drunk in love, no I'm not sober. When I'm with you, girl, it's game over. Girl, I had to take you 11.
So my delay is only active where I want it to be active. Where I don't want it to be active, it will definitely go silent. So that is what the automation does there, that I really love, that I really like doing it. So now I have a multi-band Pro MB from a fat filter here. So what I did here was to like give some kind of radio sounds to my vocals. So let me just take it off so that you can listen to it without it and see.
Oh baby, won't you come over? I go pick you up my Range Rover. Drunk in love, no I'm not sober. When I'm with you, girl, it's game over. Girl, I had to take you.
So when I add the multi-band to it, the MB to it, you will see it will be like give you some kind of radio sound.
Oh baby, won't you come over? I go pick you up my Range Rover. Drunk in love, no I'm not sober. When I'm with you, girl, it's game.
So it sounds very cool and calm. That was the reason why I have to add that to it, so that it will be very different, sound different from the main vocal, so that it won't be choking the main vocal. So I add a pancake to it, but it was actually needed, but I have to add to it, like help my vocal move from left to right by itself. So since I'm having an automation clip that is controlling where to be active and where not to be active, I still want it to be moving and be pounding and be creating some kind of space for my vocals for my main vocal to be able to breathe. So
oh baby, won't you come over? I go pick you up my Range Rover. Drunk in love, no I'm not sober. When I'm with you, girl, it's game over. Girl, I had to take.
So that is it, and that is what I did. So I have some kind of flanger to it, like all this thing I'm trying to do was just like creating some kind of change in my delay to sound different from my main vocal. So that was what I was trying to fight for, and that was what I was trying to get. So as you can see, that's what I did.
Oh baby, won't you come over? I go pick you up my Range Rover. Drunk in love, no I'm not sober.
So that is how I end up having my delay sounding this way and sounding very nice about our delay. So now let's take a look at our doubler. I had a doubler to it, which is on a Valhalla Vintage. I like adding doubler to my vocals sometimes. So this is a free tool, a free plugin that you can actually download and make use of it. So I like using this doubler, so I have to add this to it to like, so you can see, let's listen to it.
Oh baby, won't you come over? I go pick you up my Range Rover. Drunk in love, no I'm not sober.
I actually didn't do anything on this doubler. All I did was just to sidechain it to my main vocal and have control over it, just like the delay. That is what I did. Then add the amount of the doubler I want, the amount of the doubler I wanted to add. So that was what I actually did. Use the volume down to this aspect a little bit. So that was what I did with the doubler. Let's take a look at our reverb. So what I did with our reverb, and then we are using a Valhalla Vintage reverb, so was just to set my mode to a smooth plate. So I have to set my mode to a smooth plate here, and then try to get my accurate time to my pre delay, which is 77.0 31 ms. So set my mix high to 100%, and then also that was what I just did. So the rest was being done in my volume and automation here, since I changed it to my vocal so I could have control over it. So let me just play it and see how we drive it.
Oh baby, won't you come over? I go pick you in my Range Rover. Oh baby, won't you come over? I go pick you in my Range Rover. Drunk in love, no I'm not sober. When I'm with you, girl, it's game over. Girl, I to take you 11. Come, let me give you some loving. Give you the love that you're missing. I'll calm you down when you're stressing. I'm getting this dough, don't say nothing to me. I'm chasing my dreams and I had it for me. My girl is so bad, she.
So that was all I did about our reverb, and that was what I did. Then I decided to like added an EQ to it to take off the high aspect of it and the low aspect of it. So that was all I did about my reverb, and that was how we came over to get this kind of vocals. So let's take a listen to it and see what we have done so far.
Oh baby, won't you come over? I go pick you in my Range Rover. Drunk in love, no I'm not sober. When I'm with you, girl, it's game over. Girl, I to take you 11. Come, let me give you some loving. Give you the love that you're missing. I'll calm you down when you're stressing. I'm getting this dough, don't say nothing to me. I'm chasing my dreams and I had it for me. My girl is so bad, she got everything she needs. Balenciaga, Prada, and Louis V. You're the harmony to my melody. Come vibe with me, baby, sing with me. I'm chasing the back.
So in our next vocal tutorial, we are going to be talking in detail about our chorus aspect also and our harmony aspect. So thanks for watching, and thanks for keeping time, and thanks for subscribing to my channel also. I am very grateful for the good work and everything. My name is Victor and I remain Victor. So thank you for everything. So see you comment when you feel confused, and if you feel I'm too fast, drop your comment and let me know what you think about this tutorial. Thank you very much.